Hello everyone and welcome back to the vlog, and this is vlog 18, and this time we're off to Rome, the capital of Italy and the Lazio region itself. So we're spending 5 days here, 5 days 4 nights in Rome with a whole itinerary plan as well. So we're going to see all the historical stuff and we're going to show you around what it kind of looks like. This is in August, so the temperature here was around about 27 or 28 degrees, so it was really hot and really sunny as well. So we did stay around the Spanish Steps, so we did switch hotels last minute. So originally we meant to stay by the main train station, but last minute I decided that we found another hotel closer to the Spanish Steps, and maybe we felt like it was closer to all of these sites, which in hindsight I think was a great choice because everything was walkable distance as well, so we didn't really have to walk very far to get to it. And if we stayed at the train station area, then we would have had quite a bit of trouble. We would have to to get to any of the sites, especially in the main city and also the Vatican City itself as well. The same day it arrived, we decided to go out for a walk just to explore the area, and obviously one of the main attractions was that huge Zara, the 5-6 story Zara in the middle of Rome. So obviously we had to check that out, went all the way to the top. I mean, in terms of Zara, it is just a normal high street store Zara. There's nothing special about it, but it was just the fact that it was one of the flagship, one of the largest stores as well. But right next to it there was the more spectacular Galleria Alberto Sordi. That's one of the most historic shopping galleries in Rome as well. So it opened in 1922. The architecture of this was amazing. You could have a look at it. I mean, the shops were pretty much normal. There are the Hamleys, the Uniglow and a Mango as well, but if you looked at the architecture, the stained glass windows as well, we did come here like a couple of times just to admire it and also to use the stores as well. But have a look at it. Definitely worth a visit if you are in Rome, in around that area as well. A bit further down from the gallery is the Pantheon. So that was the first historic building that we went to. We did have a look outside. I didn't plan to go in this day, but we thought since we were there and the queues didn't look that great, so then we thought, oh, let's just go in. But to get in to buy tickets is a bit of a faff. You could do it online, but there's also a electronic machine right next to it, which we started to queue up for. But then we were told, oh, actually you can come pay by cash on the door, which was a lot faster and no one else was queuing there. But it was really confusing. Definitely book ahead of time, or you could just use the cash queue and just go in and pay straight away. The actual Pantheon itself, when you go in, is just one huge room. It is historical, obviously. There's lots, the King's Barrett here, the Queen's Barrett here, and a lot of historical figures were here as well. And it's great for a picture. It doesn't take that long because it's only one room, like I said, but it's definitely worth a visit inside as well, and to get out the sun if you were there at that time as well. It's probably better if you wanted to visit to come early in the morning. We came about 6 o'clock and there was a huge amount of tourist groups there at that time. Just to be warned as well, if you're walking around Rome itself, the streets and the pavements are quite small, and with the high sun as well, everyone tends to follow the path with the shade in it, so you're going to get pretty crowded as well. And crossing the road, it sometimes gets a bit dangerous. Sometimes people stop you, sometimes people don't stop for you, but obviously you follow and see what everyone else is doing and kind of do the same thing as well. The streets is full of tourists, and you obviously have to be careful with pickpockets and stuff like that, but we didn't really see or encounter any, so that was fine as well. Trevi Fountain was the next stop. We didn't go down, we didn't queue up to go all the way down to the fountain, but we went off to the right where you can kind of oversee everything and you can take some great photos there as well. Obviously with the Trevi Fountain there's a huge amount of tourists everywhere, so you have to be careful, and a lot of people were there taking pictures as well, trying to throw coins into the actual fountain itself. I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures where people at the bottom where they're taking pictures and you have coins thrown at your head. So I didn't really throw any coins at that time because I didn't really want to try and hit anyone. But definitely worth a visit as well, but better to go either early or late and not in the peak times when there's just loads of people about as well. So the hotel was obviously next to the Spanish Steps, so we decided the next day to go visit it. This was around about 11 o'clock, so you can see not really a lot of people here, a couple of groups of tourists, they probably stayed around there. So this is probably the best time to go, early in the morning when the sun's just coming up and it's starting to get a bit warm. But you don't have a lot of tourists around. You can take pictures as you like, and you can go up and down these steps. There's about 135 steps, and it curls along the middle where there's terraces. There's a middle terrace where you can get up to and take pictures up and down as well. It's obviously amazing to see as well, but do be careful. These steps can be a bit slippery as well, and if it's wet, especially if it's been raining, then it's going to get quite a bit slippery. This morning that we were there, it was kind of slightly raining the night before, so it was kind of moist, so it wasn't like completely wet like if it was actually raining. But when you get up there, there's a great view of the steps up, and you can take this, the view of it going down as well. The whole area here is all these shopping districts. You got, you can see Gucci there, Montclair there, and everything that you want around there as well. But if you come any later, I haven't got pictures yet, but there's a huge amount of tourists. It gets really insane, and you can't take pictures of anything. So definitely go early in the morning is probably the best time to visit this area. So next stop is the Vatican City. So we took a taxi there, and it was great because the taxi driver gave us a lot of historical information, like a private guide, as we were driving through the Rome city. Also, I did give him a tip for that as well. So he took us all the way to the Vatican City, the best place for us to drop off. We took pictures of the whole Vatican City on the inside. The thing that spoiled it a little was all these chairs, because they had some event going on, which, if they weren't there, I think the pictures would look a lot better. Last minute as well, we decided, we should go in to the actual basilica and have a look inside, and we kind of had to queue up around the other side. You don't need tickets, you don't need to pre-book. You can if you want to, but on that day it wasn't actually too bad. You could actually just line up with everyone else and walk in as well. There was about a 25-minute wait, including the bag search. I think the bag searches actually took the most time, because it kind of funnels you into a bottleneck where you had to offload all your stuff for them to scan, but apart from that, they'll push you in pretty quickly, so you can go up the steps. Don't forget as well, if you are dressed as a female, you can't expose your shoulders. They'll give you something to wear to hide it. Inside the actual basilica, the absolutely outstanding, marvelous architecture and the decorations as well. So Michelangelo, Raphael had a hand in their design. You could see, the kind of the size of it, the scale of it is just mind-blowing. How high it is, the detail as well, all of the stonework, the artwork. I mean, it's got like about 700 years of history in this basilica, and including the dome as well. If you look up at the dome, the detail in the paintings is just marvelous. I mean, there was a lot of people around, which is fine. I mean, I would go back again, I'll probably need a guide for this. I mean, there's a lot to take in, and if you don't have a guide, you can kind of overlook quite a lot of stuff as well, which you don't notice because you don't know about. So next up is the tour of the Colosseum and the Roman Forum. So I did go onto a group hire on this one. So we had a guide that would radio up and take us through the Roman Forum. We get to see the Roman Forum, get to see the Emperor's Old Palace, and then into the Colosseum itself. This is well worth it. I mean, the guide was really good, and we were all microphoned up as well, so you could kind of hear him wherever you are, which is good. The only downside of it was that there was a lot of interference from various groups. So even though you were there, you might get sudden interference from like a Spanish group or Chinese group nearby. But apart from that, you got to see all of the history. A lot of things I was quite surprised about was through the ages, the amount of other people who lived there who would reuse a lot of the bricks and the masonry and the kind of stone that was available, and people just didn't treat it the way we would have treated it. Some of the structures were all butchered. You could see cut lines in the pillars where they tried to pull it down, and it was just lucky we have what is already existing and what was be able to save through the years from what people were doing, reusing all of this material to build other parts of the city of Rome, and even taking the materials to other countries as well to reuse them. Definitely, if you're going here, it was really hot, so you had to drink a lot of water all the time. It was just dehydrating, but it was just marvelous to see when you get there, the kind of scale of it. And this Roman Forum was the heart of the political, commercial and the religious part of Rome itself, the Palatine Hill, and it dates all the way back to the 7th century, so it's got a lot of history around it as well. And with a lot of kind of old sites, it's built one on top of the other. but archaeologists have been able to save quite a lot of it as well. So here is the walk to the Colosseum, which is very nearby the Palatine Hill. And you know, from the outside, which was quite weird, you don't really notice it in the pictures, but there's a lot of the holes in the brickwork where they had to kind of lift it and shift it, because you know, when they laid these huge slabs, sometimes they weren't aligned, so you had to kind of move these slabs around, which you don't notice it from pictures when you're quite far away, but once you get up close to the actual Colosseum itself, you just see all of these little imperfections which you don't notice, which adds character to the actual buildings itself, which is great. So a couple of facts of the Colosseum: it was built between 72 and 80 AD, a really long time ago, like 2,000 odd years ago. You can hold it between 50,000 and 80,000 spectators. So if you think about how big, you know, actual stadiums are themselves nowadays, it's a similar kind of size, and they could do this 2,000 years ago, which is absolutely amazing as well. But you know, in terms of what went on, is very questionable in terms of gladiatorial games, wild killing of animals, executions, and reenactment of battles as well. I mean, we can thank the church a lot for saving this. I mean, it was because of the church post-fall of Rome and the Roman Empire, where people started to butcher a lot of these buildings, and they also butchered a lot of the Colosseum as well, started to take materials, and they threw a lot of the old unused materials into the middle of the Colosseum. And because of one of the popes in the old days, he erected a couple of crosses and claimed this as a holy site, which stopped people from further destroying the Colosseum itself. So we can thank him for that for nowadays, otherwise we would not have this perfectly preserved kind of architecture available to us to see. Also, another note that, you know, if you had a chance, definitely get the tickets to go underground so you could see what it looks like underneath the arena itself. I mean, I should have got that, but apparently I didn't buy the right ticket. But definitely don't make the same mistake as me and get the underground arena tickets as well. So last time we visited the Capitoline Museum in Rome. This is next to the Colosseum and the Roman Forum itself. So it was first opened in 1471 by Pope Sixtus IV, and it holds a lot of collections from architecture and architects and archaeological finds that they found from the Roman Forum and the surrounding area itself as well. So they brought it all to one place where you could actually visit it. And along with that as well, this was designed by Michelangelo, the renowned artist and architect as well. And it houses a lot of, you know, the old Roman statues, inscriptions, and medieval and Renaissance art as well, and treasures from excavations. And you can also see the famous Capitoline wolf. So that's the bronze wolf with Romulus and Remus, the creators of the Roman Empire, in the middle of the exhibitions as well. Along with that as well, you can see a lot of paintings. You can see also, one of the main things as well is the view of the Roman Forum. So when you get to one of the sections, you have an unobstructed view of the Roman Forum where you can look down upon, you know, everything underneath it as well. You can take pictures and videos, which is also great. And what's kind of good about it is when we were there were not a lot of tourists around. We were, you know, one of the very few tourists in that area. So I don't know why there wasn't a lot of people visiting it. But, you know, that was great for us. You know, you can take a lot of pictures, you can take your time to wander around, you can read the history of everything and the Roman Empire itself as well. Another amazing sculpture they've got there is the bronze statue of Marcus Aurelius, the equestrian, riding his horse, which there's a replica on the main courtyard, but the actual one is located inside where they moved it out of the weather because it was starting to deteriorate over the years as well. The tickets for this museum was around about 20 euros a person, but there is a time slot. However, I think we went a lot earlier and they didn't seem to care. They'll just let you in anyway. And like I said, you know, there wasn't any queue or anything. There was a slight scan of your bag like they do everywhere else. But apart from that, you could actually take your time and spend a couple of hours visiting the actual museum itself as well, which was great. Just a small tip, they will make you put your bags away so you can't carry backpacks in the museum itself. They do provide lockers which are free to use, so you just need to put them in there and you can just take the key with you as you lock it up and walk around as you go along. And as well, footwear, don't wear slippers. I saw a couple of people wearing flip-flops and sliding about on the marble floor, so definitely wear trainers if you are going to be walking around a lot. Anyway, that's the end of the vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely worth a visit to Rome. Choose when you want to go. Like, we went around summertime, so it was around about 30 degrees. The week after would have been 36, and it's quite hard to walk around. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and catch us in our next vlog.